President, Deputy Chancellor, fellow members of the University, honoured guests, graduates, family and friends. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Trevor Waring, and as Chancellor of the University, I take pleasure in presiding at this significant graduation ceremony here in Hong Kong. To all of you attending today, I extend a very warm welcome. A graduate ceremony is a wonderful occasion for all members of the university community and, of course, for family and friends of the graduates. And while we can't offer family and friends an award as well, we do recognise the enormous contribution you've made in supporting the graduates here today through the highs and lows of their time as a student. And to all of you, we offer a very special welcome from the University of Newcastle. To graduates, I offer congratulations and best wishes. Today is rightly a proud moment for you as we recognise the completion of your degree. Need I remind you that gaining a university degree requires much hard work and sacrifice, and your attendance at the ceremony is a great achievement. The University of Newcastle is widely recognised for its expertise in innovative approaches to teaching and learning. And this year our staff received national recognition from the Australian Learning and Teaching Council for outstanding contributions to student learning. The Australian Universities Quality Agency, in their 2008 report, described the university as a vibrant and well-managed institution with enthusiastic staff and students, and commented on our high academic standards. The report also acknowledged the strength and success of our partner organisation, HKMA, and noted the positive comments from students on the responsiveness of the university's academics and the quality of the course delivery. The university's research track record is also strong, particularly in the areas of health, energy and the environment, and science and engineering. Indeed, the university sits in the top 10 universities in Australia for research and is ranked in the top 4% of universities in the world by the esteemed Shanghai Jiaotong Academic Ranking of World Universities. The government of China recognises the importance of education and lifelong learning and is encouraging the establishment of partnerships with universities around the world. In recent times, the university has put in place a number of agreements with high-quality Chinese universities, offering research, teaching and exchange programs and other opportunities for students and staff. One great example this year was the university's collaboration with the Beijing Foreign Studies University to send 40 Newcastle Bachelor of Communication students to the Beijing Olympic Games and the Paralympics to work as flash quote reporters. The contingent was the largest from Australia and the second largest in the world to be invited to attend. The university also has strong relationships with our respected partner organisations, the Hong Kong Management Association, the Hartford Institute and the Hong Kong Institute of Education. Many graduates here today have studied with one of our partner organisations in Hong Kong. Many have studied through the university's innovative online postgraduate school, gradschool.com, while others have attended university at one of our Australian campuses. Now, whether you're here today to receive your first undergraduate degree, or a postgraduate coursework degree, or a research higher degree, you'll have developed skills, knowledge, and the ability to think logically and laterally. And these are qualities that are highly valued by employers worldwide and will stand you in good stead for the process of lifelong learning. And this in turn will equip you to make valuable contributions locally, nationally and internationally. Today you are all graduates of the University of Newcastle, and we welcome you as one of the university's alumnus. And many of you enjoyed with us last night's occasion, and it was a wonderful and celebratory event. The university's alumni network consists of almost 100,000 students, graduates, staff and friends of the university. As an alumnus, you will benefit from the growing network of colleagues and contacts being developed by alumni of the university. For alumni, there is the attraction of career and social networking and opportunities for input into the university's future. For the university, is the great satisfaction of seeing graduates across the world achieving great things and knowing that their time at the University of Newcastle helped to develop the skills and knowledge to get them where they are today. The university is working with graduates in Hong Kong and across the region to continue to strengthen and extend these important links. And I invite you to take part in building and strengthening alumni contact in coming years, and hope to meet you at many future functions organised by President Dr. Jerry Lai and his team of Hong Kong Alumni Chapter under the patronage of the distinguished Dr. Sammy Poon, JP. At the University of Newcastle, we've benefited greatly from your participation in university programs and activities, and we've appreciated the opportunities for academic, cultural and social exchanges. Your presence on campus in Australia or on one of our partner delivery sites here in Asia has helped to raise our consciousness of Australia's place in the world and to remind us of the importance of our graduates in building strong international ties. And I welcome future opportunities to build even stronger international ties through the increasing number of international students who graduate each year. So please come and visit us when you're in Australia, and come back to us when you wish to renew your learning experience. And so it's with great pleasure that I congratulate each of you on your achievement and extend to you the University of Newcastle's best wishes for a successful future. And can I now call upon Professor Nicholas Saunders, the Vice-Chancellor and President of the University, to introduce today's occasional speaker.
Mr. Justice Ma is the Chief Judge of the High Court of Hong Kong. He obtained his Bachelor of Laws from Birmingham University in the United Kingdom in 1977 and was called to the Bar of England and Wales the following year at Gray's Inn, where he is now an honorary bencher. He started his practice in Hong Kong in 1980, where he specialised in civil law, particularly in shipping, company law, insurance and arbitration. Mr. Justice Ma's appointment as a Queen's Counsel in 1993 expanded his civil law expertise to encompass constitutional law. His journey to becoming the Chief Judge of the High Court started with his appointment as a Recorder of the Court of First Instance in 2000 and a Judge of the Court of First Instance in 2001. And the following year he was made a Justice of Appeal in the Court of Appeal. He was appointed the Chief Judge of the Hong Kong High Court in 2003. As Chief Judge, Mr. Justice Ma is the Chairman of the Steering Committee for the implementation of reform of Hong Kong's civil justice system. After exhaustive consultation and development, the reforms will come into effect in April of next year to ensure and improve access to justice at reasonable cost and speed for the almost 7 million residents of Hong Kong. Any reform of the civil justice system is a mammoth undertaking and a challenge that governments around the world are grappling with. Mr. Justice Ma deserves great credit and recognition for this significant achievement. Beyond his dedication to law and justice and to his family, Mr. Justice Ma has a great interest in sport. While Mr. Justice Ma says his work schedule has never been busier, cricket remains a lifelong passion. Today, the University of Newcastle is privileged to host such an esteemed and respected member of the Hong Kong community. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in welcoming the Honourable Mr. Justice Geoffrey Ma Tao Li to deliver today's occasional address.
A few words to you this morning. I begin, of course, by congratulating all the graduates who will receive their degrees this morning. Much credit goes to you. With an introduction like that from the Vice-Chancellor, it seems as though I should be getting a degree as well today, but I'm afraid not, as you can see from my dress, not so. A few weeks ago, I was speaking to my wife about one of the sort of chairmanships she has, and she heads an alumnus group for her old school in Hong Kong, and they were responsible for trying to get funds for scholarships and to help the old school. And I said to her, look, in these difficult economic times, nobody's going to donate any money towards your cause. You've actually starting it at the wrong time. And after discussing it a bit more, we came to the view, actually, that perhaps this is the right time to ask people for funds for this reason. I think when there is an economic crisis, as there seems to be worldwide, people look, reassess their values, they look at their money and they say, well, it's become a little scarcer, I shall use it for more worthwhile causes. And indeed, once you do that, using your money, thinking along those lines, you reappraise your values and you end up usually doing the right thing. And so we come to today. In these times, in these difficult times, everybody reappraises their fundamental values. Governments do that, big institutions do that. Very often financial, just talking sort of finance for the time being, large institutions will learn from their mistakes, identify the mistakes, and then for a couple of years actually do the right thing, put the right measures in place. Then after a few more years, and this is the usual cycle, the lessons learned are forgotten, and we go through another cycle of difficulties. Now is a good time when, for perhaps many people, there are difficulties, for you all to reappraise your values. And today of all days, particularly for the graduates, to reappraise just what it has meant to have had the benefit of a good education. And my own discipline is law. I'm afraid I can't speak for the other disciplines present here today. But it seems to me that a number of lessons really can be learned for life, which you as graduates and as educated people ought to bear in mind. First, there is from the intellectual point of view, what you keep for life from an education is integrity. Integrity not only intellectually, but in all walks of life. And that is a key to many things, many activities that you will be embarking on. Secondly, from a practical point of view, an education gives you the opportunity, which you should take, of entering into a profession. All too often, and sometimes particularly in Hong Kong, one is looking at the bottom line, and the bottom line for many is money. I think an education allows you to be a little more profound than that, and entering into a profession which you will find interesting, lifelong, is something to be treasured. I don't know how many people in this room have the experience of actually finding interesting what they do. Could be anything. Whatever you do, if you find it interesting and take pride in it, you will have had a fulfilling working life. And that, I think, is an important facet of education. Thirdly, from a societal point of view, it is important for all of you to see your place in society. Far too, I'm afraid, these days, the attitude is individual-based. I deal with sort of rights every day, sort of in court. One talks about human rights, but most of the time, people are talking about individual rights, thinking about themselves. It is important from time to time, I feel, for all of you to realize your place in society and the contribution that each and every one of you should make and can make to society. Once you do that, I think it makes for a better society and life all round. Now lastly, and today is a poignant reminder of that, looking at the family members who are present here to accompany each graduate, is that through your education, you will have had, directly or indirectly, the support of your family. And of course, it's usual on occasions like this, if all of you had a chance to be on the podium like me, the first thing you would do would be to thank your family. This is a recognition that really should be lifelong, and a priority should bear in mind. I've had many pupils in the past and many young people who've come to me about a career in the law, and I tell them this: whatever career you embark on, whatever profession or occupation, will be stressful, and in Hong Kong perhaps more so than anywhere else. Stress, coping with stress and pressure may not be easy, often isn't. However, if you have your priorities in life in the right order, you will be able to cope with it. And for me, and I think for all of you, the overwhelming priority really should be your own family. You don't waste, I think, your energies, your worries over anything else but your family. Once you realize that everything else actually is a distant second place, and that includes your career, certainly includes money, then you will be able to go through life and actually do your job in a much better way. And obviously, at this stage of your careers, you're talking about advancement, promotion, you have ambitions. You will more readily achieve those if you have at the back of your mind the priority. And as I say, the top priority is your family. So when today, after the graduation, you thank your family and you take photos with them, bear this in mind. It is a lesson in life. So far, I've only made a brief mention of money. Money is not one of those matters that you have learned as a priority in education. My late father used to tell me that money, of course, is important. It enables you to lead a civilized and comfortable life. But that is really all. Don't give it more of a priority than it deserves. Apart from anything else, when we enter into some economic turmoil, then you'll feel it more than most. For those people who don't feel it, even though they may have lost it, you're on the right track. I think I've probably spoken really now for too long. However, it remains for me again to thank the university for giving me this opportunity to speak, and for me once again to congratulate the graduates and to thank all of you for being so patient listening to me. Thank you.
Justice Geoffrey Ma, I think when any of us think of a judge, the word that comes into my mind is wisdom. And I think this morning we've had the great privilege of hearing wisdom. And through that wisdom has come that sense of compassion tied with the ideas and values that are linked within the family. So thank you very much for challenging us and reminding us of that. I'm sure the graduates will have understood that this morning they were listening to someone of profound wisdom. Well, now I call upon Professor Kevin McConkie, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, to present Doctor of Business Administration candidates from the Faculty of Business and Law.
Chancellor, the Doctor of Business Administration is the first research professional doctorate in business at the University of Newcastle. The knowledge and skills of practicing managers and business professionals are enhanced in this degree through the completion of coursework studies in combination with a research thesis component that contributes meaningfully to the outcomes and understanding of management practices. Chancellor, today I have great pleasure in presenting to you a proud number of candidates who have satisfied. I present to you Kai Kun Chan. Dr. Chan's thesis is entitled Efficiencies in Public Hospital Management, Comparison of Public Hospitals in Hong Kong. Chancellor, Dr. Chan. I present to you Chan Karen Wen Ying. Dr. Chan's thesis is entitled Critical Factors for Sustainable Change and the Role of Action Research. Chancellor, Dr. Chan. I present to you Daniel Brzezinski. Dr. Brzezinski's thesis is entitled An Examination of Expatriate Failure, Analysis of the Experiences of Participants in German Expatriate Assignments in China. Chancellor, Dr. Brzezinski. I present to you Ho Wing Razier. Dr. Ho's thesis is entitled Information Security in the Higher Education Environment of the HKSAR, an Empirical Investigation and Analysis. Chancellor, Dr. Ho. I present to you Lai Po Chen. Dr. Lai's thesis is entitled The Impact of Marketer Controllable, Non-Controllable Factors and College Attributes on College Choice in the Hong Kong Tertiary Sector. Chancellor, Dr. Lai. I present to you Lau Charles Kin Ching. Dr. Lau's thesis is entitled The Impact of Audit Committee on Firm Value, a Hong Kong Context. Chancellor, Dr. Lau. I present to you Luo Sheik Ming. Dr. Luo's thesis is entitled An Investigation of the Relationships Among Leadership Styles, Organizational Support for Knowledge Sharing, and Trust in Hong Kong Aviation Industry. Chancellor, Dr. Lau. I present to you Ma Wai Kin Kenny. Dr. Ma's thesis is entitled Understanding the Important Attributes of Associate Degree Applicants in Their College Selection Process, a case study of the Community College of City University. Chancellor, Dr. Ma. I present to you Ng Hon Hua Sam. Dr. Ng's thesis is entitled An Investigation into the Relationship Between Executive Compensation and Form Performance under the Revised Code on Corporate Governance Practices in Hong Kong. Chancellor, Dr. Ng. I present to you Tan Nang Hong. Dr. Tang's thesis is entitled The Impact of ISO 9001 Quality Standards on SMEs, a case study in the Hong Kong Construction Sector. Chancellor, Dr. Tang. I present to you Edmund Ming Chen Wong. Dr. Wong's thesis is entitled Effect of Organizational Culture on Safety Performance. Chancellor, Dr. Wong. I present to you Wong Yong Fung. Dr. Wong's thesis is entitled An Empirical Study for the Semi-Strong Efficiency of the Hong Kong Stock Market. Chancellor, Dr. Wong. I present to you Wat Tai Ming. Dr. Watt's thesis is entitled Customer Loyalty Drivers in the Hong Kong Lift Maintenance Service Industry. Chancellor, Dr. Watt. I present to you Yung Wai Hong Martin. Dr. Yung's thesis is entitled A Comparative Analysis of Entrepreneurial Orientation amongst Vocational Education Students in Hong Kong. Chancellor, Dr. Yung. I present to you Chan Pui Kun. Dr. Chan's thesis is entitled The Impact of Trust, Role-Based Competence, Attitudes and the Level of IT Usage on Individuals' Behaviour and Knowledge Sharing, an empirical study in the construction industry in Hong Kong. Chancellor, Dr. Chan. I present to you Ming Kei Ching. Dr. Ching's thesis is entitled Corporate Governance and Performance, an analysis of publicly listed companies in Hong Kong. Chancellor, Dr. Ching. I present to you Chow Yao Choi Matthew. Dr. Chow's thesis is entitled A Study of Key Factors of Organisational Knowledge Creation to Sustain Organisational Performance, a case study of railway company in Hong Kong. Chancellor, Dr. Chow. I present to you Kwan Chi Man Colin. Dr. Kwan's thesis is entitled Characteristics of the Innovating and Non-Innovating Small and Medium Enterprises in Hong Kong. Chancellor, Dr. Kwan. I present to you Li Chi Kong. Dr. Li's thesis is entitled The Relationships Between Followers' Prosperity to Trust, Trust in the Leader, Need for Achievement, and Transformational Leadership on the Performance of Followers. Chancellor, Dr. Li. I present to you William Lee. Dr. Lee's thesis is entitled Information Security Management, an assessment of the effect of organisational type, user type and context familiarity on semi-intelligent risk analytic audit. Chancellor, Dr. Lee. I present to you Lo Xiu Kun. Dr. Lo's thesis is entitled Exploring the Influence of Brand Knowledge in Purchasing Hong Kong Branded Apparel in China. Chancellor, Dr. Lo. I present to you Wan King Chen. Dr. Wong's thesis is entitled An Examination of the Effects of Transformational Leadership, Trust and Employees' Emotional Intelligence on the Employee's Psychological Empowerment and Job Satisfaction. Chancellor, Dr. Wong. I present to you Wong Wai Lam Peter. Dr. Wong's thesis is entitled Knowledge Management and Business Process Modelling in Implementing E-Business. Chancellor, Dr. Wong. I present to you Chiu Kuan Lee. Dr. Lai's thesis is entitled Factors Influencing the Adoption of Macau's E-Government Portal. Chancellor, Dr. Lai. I present to you Tong Tony Maria. Dr. Tong's thesis is entitled Managerial Perceptions of Relationship Marketing Effectiveness on Perceived Business Importance in the Hong Kong Information and Communication Technology Industry. Chancellor, Dr. Kong. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of Doctor of Business Administration Awards.
I now call on Acting Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Business and Law, Associate Professor Amir Mahmood, to present the remaining graduates of that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you graduates receiving a bachelor degree. Bachelor of Business, Yong Bok Yip. Bachelor of Commerce, Law Kim Han. Graduate Certificate in Business Administration, Glenn Cheong Fai Chan. Matthew Gan Chi Law. Shin Ki Cheong. Chancellor, I present to you graduates receiving a master's degree. Chai Chi Ring Antonio. Chan Shun Min. Chen Cam Foy. Mei Chan. Jan Hui Fong. Chang Chin Na. Jiang Hing Fu. Jiang Ling Chi. John Y. Mann. John Yuk Chun. Zhao Y. Man Caroline. Fong Paul Yan. Fong Man Paul Mason. Fong Hui Chun Anissa. Ho Wing Man. Hui Man Chi. Gong Lai Yong. Gwen Kai Leong. Gwen Rosana. Agnes Wing Lam Hawk. Kok Ming Yan. Kok Sing Yi. Kok Chot Yan. Kong Chiu Yan. Lai Choi Tong. Lam Kun Yin Nancy. Lam Siu Wall. Lao Ying. Li Hing Chong. Kit Ping Lee. Lee Ming Hall. Leong Kit Ping. Ted Man Leong. Leong Y Man Fanny. Lee Choi King Joanne. Lai Sim Lo. Lok Shao Chi. Louis Siu Yu. Ma Hong Choi. Ma Lichi. Ma Ho Yu. Mark Siu Chong. Ng Wai Kiong Alex. Guy Lai Chun Ivy. Victoria Siu Hua Poon. Suen Chun Hang Perry. Tam Ching Man. Tang Tin Shu. Tang Zi Ming. Tang Wai Hong Tommy. Zi Yin Fan Michelle. Soy Yat Shing. One Man Boy. Won Mei Lee. Yao K. Alfred Van. Wang Chun. Wang Kai Chung Arthur. Wang Mei Ling. Wang Mei Xiong. Wang Park Yu Daniel. Xiuman Hu. Yao Jason Sunako. Yi Chun. Wai Fong Yong. Yip Ka Man. Yu Wing Tag. Yu Yu Yin. Master of Business with Marriage, Lap Shun Ho. Luk Po Chu Bella. Master of Business Administration, Chong Karen Ho K. Cam Phi Lai. Master of International Business, Yang Hui Ming. Master of Marketing, Chachiya Jitasongku. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Business and Law.
Her 11th Pro Vice Chancellor, Education and Arts, to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, as Pro Vice Chancellor of the Faculty of Education and Arts, I present to you graduates receiving a bachelor degree. Bachelor of Music, Xiaoping Yu. Lousy Man Stephanie. Zitao Christo Pang. Yenhua Sandy Wong. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate receiving a master's degree, Jia Lao Hu. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Education and Arts.
now call on Professor Mike Calford, who's the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Faculty of Health, to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, as Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Health, I present to you a graduate receiving a bachelor degree. Bachelor of Food Science and Human Nutrition, Cheong Kong Leong. Bachelor of Nutrition and Dietetics, Yingling Wong, Elaine. Chancellor, I present to you graduates receiving a master's degree. Master of Applied Management Nursing, Yeong King Ping. Master of Applied Management Health, Ka Hyun Shin. Master of Nursing, Advanced Practice, Sai Ling Hua Louise. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Health.
Now call on Professor Bill Purcell, Pro-Vice-Chancellor International, to present graduates from the Faculty of Science and Information Technology.
Chancellor, I present to you graduates receiving a master's degree. Graduate in Master of Aviation Management, Philip David Parker. Master of Aviation Management with Merit, Michael Lewis Webber. Master of Environmental and Business Management, Kobo Man. Ung Suk Fong. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Science and Information Technology.
Well, now I have very great pleasure in inviting Dr. Tony Tong to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, families and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, graduates. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to deliver this speech on behalf of all the graduates present and of those who cannot attend this ceremony. About a month ago, a staff from Hong Kong MA left 4 urgent messages on my phone within 2 hours on a Thursday night. All kinds of feelings arose in me, and some of which are all too familiar. I knew from experience that receiving calls from school at this late hour couldn't be good. I began to wonder whether I missed a signature again, or whether I submitted the wrong document. Or worse, did I wrote the wrong address of the school and my dissertation is now swimming in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So when my brain went through all kinds of accidents that could happen, during the final stage of my study, my palm began to sweat, my heart beat irregularly, I got lightheaded, I was having a mild seizure. Half an hour later, I came out from the stage of shock, gathered my courage and returned the call. The lady on the line screamed to me, "Tony, are you going to take your graduation photo? The deadline is tomorrow." So for a moment, I was totally petrified with disbelief and at the same time overwhelmed with joy. I could not believe I finally make it. The excitement continued next day when I received an urgent email from Newcastle. I was quoted, highly recommended by a member of the academic staff to deliver a graduation speech. So without a second thought, I replied at once. I was given a time slot and I have a chance to say whatever I want to and to whoever I want. But then I cannot help wonder, why me? Well, there are only 28 people in our class, so I guess just looking by me alone, it was not difficult to see why I was picked. But then I thought more. The academic staff has to be smarter than they look, so they won't recommend a student to deliver a speech because of her stunning good looks alone. So after some deep thinking, I figured out they choose me because probably they believe I have the potential to say something that is meaningful, memorable, and most importantly, creative enough to make you all stay awake until the end of the ceremony. So I found enormous energy before this ceremony, so I should have no trouble. So here I go. Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the graduates, we are pleased to announce, yes, we make it. A few years ago, I thought this day may never come. I believe all of you will agree that a lot of times during the study process, we were in constant query whether we are going to make it. So many nights we lock ourselves, dating with our computers instead with our partners under the full moon, fighting hard to get through all the assignments on time. Time, money, and even personal relationships have to be surrendered. But with our quest of academic success, we accept it as a way of life. Yes, we make it today. Today, our sacrifices pay off. We are going to receive a certificate, a proof of our academic achievement, excellence, hard work, and commitment. So let me remind you once again that we did not get here today without the support of others. Thus, on behalf of myself and the graduates, I would like to thank the academic and support staff of the university. They have put valuable time, effort, and advice throughout our academic journey. So I would also like to thank the family and friends of the graduates who share our celebration today. These are people who love us in full and never fail to believe in us. So it is their patience, understanding, encouragement guides us to our place here today. Now, of course, we cannot forget our peers. Thanks to the great support of our classmates, the study groups, party nights, math times, hard work, team games, all together make the whole experience unforgettable. I would like to thank especially the DBA Cohort 5 class. You all taught me something that I will take with me in life. That is, as long as we stick together, we can accomplish any goals that put before us. Today, it marks one chapter of our life ends and a new chapter begins. Now, the unavoidable fact about graduation is everyone will think about what comes next in our lives once we walk out this room. In the wake of the global financial tsunami, there is no doubt we have to confront the most difficult times sooner or later. Well, nobody knows the future, but I am confident that we are going to make it again, no matter what challenge lies ahead. Why? Because for all these years, this university helped us to lay our foundations. We have developed a stronger academic profile. We explore our strengths, interests, aspirations through our research. We become more disciplined, organized, productive, and creative with these years of academic training. And most importantly, we figure out dreams can really come true as long as we are willing to do whatever necessary to make it happen. So this university has laid the foundations we need to succeed. These foundations we have today will continue to help us to be the best we can in the future, even if we are facing the toughest condition in this century. Give luck, L-U-C-K, is a formula of preparation plus opportunities. Then I am confident that we are going to be lucky people again, because now we are prepared when opportunities arrive. Let us look forward to an outstanding future by taking our next challenge. Lastly, to my fellow graduates, congratulations again and well done. Yes, we make it. May I wish all the best of luck for your future. Thank you.
One of the toughest times in a century, but I believe we have one of the toughest generations to do the job. And you can see them here and down there, and so we do have hope, of course, for the future. So now I declare the ceremony concluded and hope that you've enjoyed today's event. Thank you for joining the university community in celebrating the presentation of awards. I'll remind you that the official graduation reception will be held in the foyer immediately following the ceremony, and I hope that you'll be able to join us in celebrating the achievements of our graduates. Can I remind you, while you're out there, that you take advantage of looking at and viewing the silk embroideries. The Beijing Xinjiang Song, or the Cultural Development Centre, have brought them along. There are 3 or 4 out there, and they're absolutely magnificent, and we thank Dr. Sammy Boone for organising that. But if you are out there, certainly take time to have a look at those. May I also remind graduates to please return to the ballroom here for group photographs with the dance party immediately after the academic procession and graduates have left the ballroom. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today on this wonderful occasion for our graduation ceremony.